Now, staying on the topic of amazing kids, as long as your children are involved in sporting activities, they're in a world where they really can try to be the best possible version of themselves. Not only are they going to get stronger, they're going to strengthen their minds as well. And best of all, they'll learn how to overcome so many different obstacles that life is going to throw at them. Now, I recently had the opportunity to visit an amazing place, FitBox Durban, to see just how much energy goes into a grade 7 training session. And boy, I was incredibly impressed. Let's take a little look. This is my kind of a playground. I know this is going to get the kids coming in here to exercise super motivated, and that's what it's about. We know that sport has so many benefits for young people. It can just break the monotony of that day, get them out of that academic space, process their day, get rid of any excess tension or energy, any bad thoughts out the window. The endorphins come in. They just feel happier because they are moving. But you've got to get the kids moving, which means they need energy. How much energy? Well, we're going to speak to Haman. He's the head of sports at Welgemoot Primary School, who are amazing, and we're going to find out firsthand what these kids need. Sias, you've got one of the coolest jobs in the world. I think you've got young people under your care and you're helping them discover the joys of sport. We love it. We've obviously got to feed these growing bodies and give them energy. How important is nutrition?
Nutrition is vital, especially in sport. It's massive in terms of their development and also how they perform after doing 6 to 7 hours of school in the morning. Especially outside when they get onto the sports field, their match might be at 4 or 5 o'clock. So if nutrition is lacking, it'll definitely show in their game in the afternoon as well.
Wow, I can feel the burn just looking at these kids. And remember, they are just kids. It's hitting home that they need focus and they need dedication, whether they're training in a session like this, whether they're out on the practice field, and especially in matches. So how do they get it right? I'm keen to connect with them to find out how they find that balance and that focus and that dedication. You guys have barely even broken a sweat. You're not even breathing heavy. Clearly the fitness is working. Don't show me the shaking legs. Well done, guys. You guys are hitting it hard. How much energy do you need to get through a session like that?
For me, I just fight through it and I go through steps one by one.
You've got to have that strength when you do it. How important do you think what you eat is for doing exercise like this?
I think eating well is very important. If you eat junk food, you're not going to get enough energy, and you're just going to have that fat and not any of the benefits of eating, say now, eggs before you practice.
Like the coaches hard at work around us here, sports coaches play a vitally important role. I'm talking about teamwork. I'm talking about character building. I'm talking about leadership. Why? Because these are those vital life skills that are going to carry their students through the rest of their life. And this is exactly what gets Sir Lance, one of the FitBox instructors, up in the morning. This is one motivated guy.
Sport and fitness is a journey. When I started off, I just wanted to improve myself, and then ultimately I came into the coaching space. I've learned discipline, I've learned hard work. It gives me more joy and mostly courage in what I'm doing. I think it's important for them to do sports because it's going to teach them a little bit more about themselves, teamwork, and I think just when we talk about community in life, it starts with sport, and sport is the building of community further on.
A lot of our sports are team sports, unless you go to individual sports like tennis or athletics. So we focus a lot on teamwork, playing for each other. I think that's also one of the skills that you learn as you grow older. You're not always going to be by yourself. You're going to have to work in a team. You might not always enjoy working with that specific person, but we promote that kind of culture that you play for each other.
When I put together a training session, I'm looking at 3 things. Firstly, today it's about reaction, it's about working hard and them listening. The entire training session will have moments in the training session where they have to listen, they have to work hard, and where they have to react to what I ask them to do. And ultimately that's going to allow us to get them onto the field and off in a good place.
I'm sure feeling the pump now. You guys hit it hard with that training session. How are you feeling?
Quite feeling good. I think the exercise is good for you once in a while.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably rate it an 8 because they push you to the limit, but they teach you to also, you can dig further into your reserves, like in a game, so you can go further.
So clearly exhausting work. What do you say to yourself when you need to dig deep like that?
Keep on going, you're almost there, and when you're done, it's all over. And then you can just, you can worry about the next thing that's coming up.
You guys are having really long days. What do you do when you need that energy kick to keep you going?
I just drink a cup of MILO. It really gets me through the practice and helps me not get muscle aches after practice.
For the day, I start off with MILO cereal in the morning because it gets me throughout the whole day through work, through sports, through running. It gives me that energy I need.
To start a good day, you need fuel, and breakfast is the most important part of the day. A car requires fuel to go places. Your body requires that first meal so that you're able to listen in class and do the different activities you need to do.
Having spent the whole afternoon watching these kids apply themselves and get so much out of the session, a couple of things are clear to me. You've got to have your mates around you. That teamwork is awesome. You've got to have a great coach in your corner, and the team at FitBox are amazing as well, and they really do care. And yes, you've got to have a substantial breakfast so that you've got the energy to go out there and conquer your school day. I didn't even train, and I'm exhausted. So proud of them. I love it. Whether you like it hot or cold, a glass of Nestle Milo paired with a healthy breakfast is the perfect way to start your day and then stay energized throughout that day, no matter which sport you choose. And I've got to put my hand up for those youngsters. They rocked that session. Well done. Cheers.
It's go time with a cup of Nestle Milo at breakfast. Give your kids the energy to go further.